Hello student. Today we will discuss the topic VSEPR theory from the chapter Chemical Bonding or class 11th chemistry. VSEPR stand for valence shell electron pair repulsion theory. I repeat, valence shell electron pair repulsion theory. In short, we are calling it VSEPR theory. The question arises that why this theory is needed. This theory predicts the observed shape of molecules in which the atoms are linked together by covalent bonds only. First, I will take these two letters here, V and S. We know very well, if I'll take the oxygen, it is having atomic number 8, means first shell 2 electron and the 6 electron in the outermost shell, which is known as a valence shell. Oxygen I can write like O with the 6 valence electron. This is the valence shell. Now E is for electron. Now this oxygen, if it start forming the bond with the hydrogen, 2 hydrogen to give the water molecule. These 2 electrons, which are under the influence of the 2 nuclei, hydrogen and oxygen, are known as the bond pair. They are participating in the bonding. But these 2 electrons of oxygen, which are not participating in the bonding, valence electron of oxygen, that is known as a lone pair, or you can call it LP in a short. Okay? In covalent molecule, the central atom is surrounded by shared pair. This is the central atom O, and it is surrounded by shared pair and lone pair of electrons. These electrons will repel each other. As a result of repulsion, the molecules are having a tendency to become unstable. Okay? So minimize this repulsion. Actually, what is happening here, in order to minimize the repulsion, in case of oxygen, these lone pairs are spread to a larger, this cloud is spread to a larger area. And these bond pairs are clouds, bond pair clouds are extended to a very small area. So in these lone pairs and lone pairs are spread to a larger area, so they have a maximum repulsion. And these bond pairs are localized and because under the influence of the two nucleus, oxygen and hydrogen, they are having a repulsion but less repulsion, lesser than the lone pair. Means these lone pair having a very strong repulsion, and this bond pair is also having a repulsion. This lone pair and bond pair is also have repulsion. So in order to minimize this force of repulsion, these electron pairs are directed in such a way so they are as apart as possible. They will remain as apart as possible. Okay? This means the covalent molecules have geometry of its own. Different molecules have different number of electron pair around the central atom. For example, if I'll take the ammonia, nitrogen have the 5 valence electron. It will share its 3 electron with the hydrogen and give rise the nitrogen molecule, ammonia molecule. The nitrogen have one lone pair and these are 3 bond pair. Means due to the presence of lone pair and bond pair, the molecule have their own shape. They have different geometry. Means ammonia have different geometry than the water molecule. Now this is quite clear that the shape of the geometry of the covalent molecules depends upon the force of repulsion between the electron pairs around the central atom. I repeat, this is quite clear that the shape and geometry of the covalent molecule depends upon the force of repulsion in electron pairs around the central atom. So what are the main features of VSEPR theory? Now it is clear what is V? Valence. S valence shell. Electron pair have repulsion. This is the valence shell electron, which is the forming the bond with the hydrogen, and those are not forming the bond with the other atom are called lone pair and they have the repulsion. So what are the main feature of valence shell electron pair repulsion theory? Number 1, the shape of molecule, like here ammonia, water, etc., depends upon the number of electron pairs around central atom. Okay, the second feature, the second postulate or second feature of the valence shell electron repulsion theory is the electron pairs in the space tends to occupy such positions that they have minimum repulsion and they at maximum distance. So they will give the proper geometry. Third feature, the electron pairs around the central atom tend to electron pairs here bonded or non-bonded, or you can say lone pairs or bond pairs around the central atom tend to repel one another because electron clouds are negatively charged. They have same charge, so they are repelling each other. Next feature is the fourth one of VSEPR theory, which is very important, the order of repulsive interaction of the electron pairs. Means lone pair have more repulsion than lone pair bond pair, and then the bond pair and bond pair. The repulsive interaction influence the geometry of the covalent molecule, and they have a regular or irregular shape. Means according to VSEPR theory, they have two type of geometry, that is the regular geometry or the irregular geometry. Okay, the regular geometry is because of only bond pair surrounds the central atom, no lone pair. Okay, but irregular geometry is because of bond pair as well as lone pair present around the central atom. So they have a irregular geometry, or we can call it distorted geometry. Okay, so I will discuss the geometry and shape of covalent molecule having all bond pairs of electron on the central atom. Geometry of some geometry and shape of covalent molecule having all bond pairs, no lone pairs around the central atom. Suppose I have the number of bond pair electrons around central atom is 2. Then geometry of the molecule is linear. The A will be any central atom and B is the side atom, or I can call it surrounded atom, and the geometry will be linear and the angle will be of 180 degree and shape of molecule is linear, L-I-N-E-A-R, linear. The other examples are here. So many examples are here, that one is the BeF2, that BeCl2, etc. If the number of bond pair electron around central atom is 3, then the geometry will be is trigonal planar. The A is central atom and B is the surrounding atom, and here the electrons are shared. The 3 electron pairs, shared pair are there, no lone pair case. The angle is of 120 degree, then it is become a trigonal planar. The examples are BF3, AlCl3. If the number of bond pair electrons around central atom is 4, the shape will be the tetrahedral. The shape is tetrahedral. Okay, that is the tetrahedral. And examples is CH4, CCl4, and the geometry will be tetrahedral in with the central atom at the center, that is any A is there, and it is surrounded by the 4 atoms in such a way they are towards the corner of tetrahedron, and they give the shape like tetrahedral. The angle is of 109.5 degree. Okay, like that, when we have a 5 bond pairs, no lone pairs, then geometry will be trigonal bipyramidal. This is a trigonal bipyramidal. Example is PCl5. Means the central atom is here in the center and the 3 bond pairs like this are at the triangular shape, are B, B and B. Means 3 are at the equatorial plane and 2 are the apex of the pyramid and the bottom of the pyramid, and they give rise the triangular bipyramidal shape. The angle of this angle, apex angle, is 90 degree and the triangular planar angle is of 120 degree. When the 6 bond pairs are there, the geometry will be, the shape of a molecule is octahedral. And the example is SF6. Example is SF6. The shape is like that, central atom in the center and all the surrounded atom, or you can say side atoms, are towards the corner of octahedron, towards the octahedron, and all the angles are of 90 degree. Okay, these are the cases in which we are having a only bond pair surrounds the central atom. No lone pairs are around the central atom, and they give rise the geometry like this. Now I will take some example of the cases in which the central atom are having a lone pair. Depending upon the lone pair and bond pair, they have a different geometry. Like that, the NH3. The NH3, the N is having a 1 lone pair and 3 bond pair. They have the 1 lone pair, 3 bond pair. They have geometry pyramidal. Okay, like that, in case of water, there are 2 lone pairs, and 2 bond pairs with the hydrogen. They have a shape bent. So it depends upon the number of lone pairs or bond pairs surrounds the atom. Central atom will give rise the geometry. You to learn all the shapes in case of the central atom having only bond pairs or the lone pairs. So here I am giving one formula to predict the shape of the molecule, and that is very easy for you to predict the shape of the molecule, whether it is without lone pair or lone pair, or it is ions. For example, the formula is here. See, the total number of electron pair is equal to half number of valence electron of the central atom plus number of atoms linked to the central atom. So no need of mugging up here. You can just find out put the values here of number of valence electron in the central atom or number of atoms linked to the central atom. And one more thing is there. If it is the cations, if it is cation, then you have to subtract the number of electrons equal to the positive charge. Cation have positive charge. Number of electron equal to the positive charge from the valence electron on the central atom. Central atom. Suppose if it is anion, negatively charged, then what you have to do? You have to add the number of equal number of negative charge to the central valence electron of the central atom. Okay, central atom means for cation you are subtracting the number of electron equal to the positive charge from the valence electron on the central atom. If that is an anion or negative ion, add the number of equal to the negative charge to the valence electron on the central atom. Okay. If you find out the total number of lone pair, that is equal to total number of electron pairs minus number of bond pair or shared pair By using this formula, it is very easy for a student. You have to find out the shape of any covalent molecule or the ion. For example, if I have to find out the shape of ClF3, okay, the shape of ClF3 I have to find out. So first we have to write the number of valence electron on central atom. Here the central atom is Cl. How we will decide what is the central atom? Actually, central atom is the bigger atom, or it may be the less electronegative, or it is the less in number in the covalent molecule. So, number of valence electron on the central atom is equal to 7. Okay, and number of fluorine atoms linked to central atom, how many, which is making the single bond, single covalent bonds are how many? 3. ClF3, F is 3 here. Number of fluorine atoms linked to central atom by single covalent bond is equal to 3. So, formula, we have formula here. Total number of electron pair is equal to half into number of valence electron of the central atom, that is 7, plus number of atoms linked to the central atom by single covalent bond, that is 3. So total it is coming 5. So total number of electron pair around chlorine atom, that is equal to 5. That is equal to 5. And total number of shared pair, total number of shared pair is equal to 3. That is the fluorine number of shared pair. Total number of shared pair by the number of surrounding atoms. Then number of lone pair is equal to what the formula I have given. Total number of lone pair is equal to total number of electron pairs, that is coming 5, minus number of bond pair or shared pair. Number of bond pair or shared pair is 3. We are getting it from the how many number of atoms surrounds the central atom. Here the number of lone pair is coming 2. And the shape of this molecule means which have the 3 bond pair and the 2 lone pair. The ClF3 molecule have T shape. How we will draw it? The Cl in the center and the 1 F at the apex, 1 at the bottom, and 1 F is this. This will give the T shape. This is looks like a T shape, T, like this, T. Or you can see here it is like this, T. And it has 2 lone pairs. These are 2 lone pairs which will decide the geometry of this molecule. This is like, okay, this is the lone pair and these are the bond pairs. So when there is a 3 bond pairs, 2 lone pairs, the total number of shared electron is 3 and total number of lone pair is 2. The shape will be a T shape. Example is ClF3. So we can find out it very easily the shape of other molecule.